camping trip. Bad gasket. Meet Earl.
What time on that gasket?
8 a.m. 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
Duh. New gasket. UPS Next Day Air Early helps businesses solve for the needs of customers like Andrew.
We move on now to the growing fears over the Zika virus. Health officials warning it could be worse than predicted. 358 confirmed cases of Zika virus in 41 states, and now a battle brewing over federal money needed to fight the outbreak. ABC's Mary Bruce on Capitol Hill tonight.
The virus causing these devastating birth defects has been called scarier than first thought by the CDC, but top health officials say they don't have the money they need to fight it.
We can't just not.
Now stop it right there to go back.
Devastating birth
That
defects
is not
has
a
been called
healthy looking
scarier
baby.
than first thought by the CDC, but top health officials say they don't have the money they need to fight it.
We can't just not address this. This is really a very important thing.
Their request for nearly $2 billion to wage a war against
And you saw that. Just $2 billion.
Zika is stalled here in the halls of Congress. The administration has asked for the money to detect and respond to the virus, test mosquitoes which spread Zika, and research vaccines. But Republicans say they won't approve the spending until they get more information. In the basement of the Capitol, we tracked down the chairman who holds the purse strings. What's the remaining holdup?
Well, that letter was generalities. It did not contain the specific information we have to spend taxpayers' dollars.
Well, obviously, we...
You heard that young fella say. Spend taxpayers' dollars.
Well, that letter was generalities. It did not contain the specific information we have to spend taxpayers' dollars.
Well, obviously...
Remaining holdup.
Well, that letter was generalities. It did not contain the specific information we have to spend taxpayers' dollars.
Number 25. Since 2008, the federal government has allocated almost $3 million towards researching how gamers engage in quote-unquote creative collaboration online. How do they do this? By paying people to play video games. Who needs college anyway? Number 24. Over the past several years, the government, through the University of Puerto Rico, has spent almost $500,000 annually to study and document the social habits and behaviors of male prostitutes in Vietnam.
Basement of the Capitol, we tracked down the chairman who holds the purse strings. What's the remaining holdup?
Well, that letter was generalities. It did not contain the specific information we have to spend taxpayers' dollars.
Well, obviously, we disagree with that. We know exactly how we're going to spend that money and hopefully a successful development of a Zika vaccine.
Now you tell me,
And at the White House,
do
they
our
say they
government
have provided all
really
the necessary
care about the
details,
people?
and the Republicans
by the time they
simply
get
play
finished
politics.
playing politics,
At a bit of a
this
standstill
virus gonna be
here.
out of
Chairman
control.
Rogers says
Dangerous.
this simply is not enough. He says he needs more specifics.
They are grasping in the dark for an excuse.
Now, Republicans insist they aren't playing games, and they have already okayed $600 million to help in this fight. But health officials say that simply isn't enough to get the job done. Tom?
Over the past several years, the government, through the University of Puerto Rico, has spent almost $500,000 annually to study and document the social habits and behaviors of male prostitutes in Vietnam. Moving on, number 23.
Now you seeing right now what our government is spending money on.
Went towards subsidizing an IHOP restaurant in an allegedly underserved neighborhood of Washington, D.C. Apparently, Columbia Heights falls into that category, but hey, rich people eat pancakes too. Number 22. Every year, the Department of Energy, of all places, manages to waste over $2 million simply by failing to turn off the lights. That's enough to power 3,200 homes for an entire year. Number 21. As good as the United States is at handling
I'm
its
putting this down for you people to see
$2.6 million went towards
that we make the world go round,
Eastern Europe.
and the people that feel that this is their world
Number 20.
want to
Every
get rid
year,
of
the
us.
IRS spends nearly $1
At least some
million
of us.
to store unused furniture.
So it
Last
could
time
be
we checked, they had
comfortable
over
for them.
20,000 items in their inventory.
I'm not going quietly in the night. I don't know about you, I'm going.
Number 19. In 2001,
Fuss
the
and
Federal
fight.
Aviation Administration spent
But I'm not gonna be violent with it.
3,600 employees to a 3-week-long conference in Atlanta. Supposedly, it was necessary in order to promote harmony in the workplace. Number 18. Roses are red, violets are blue, all spend your money on rhymes at the zoo. That's right. Last year, the government spent just under $1 million posting snippets of poetry in zoos around the country. Number Number 17, paper. Each year, government agencies rack up close to $1 billion in unnecessary printing expenses. Who reads those documents anyway? Number 16, last year the Philadelphia Housing Authority, an office funded almost completely by the federal government, used almost $1 million of its budget to pay off 4 female plaintiffs who filed suits against its director for sexual harassment. Number 15. Some of these will literally make you cry. In 2010, taxpayers forked over $90,000 to help promote the Vidalia onion brand in conjunction with the new Shrek movie. Number 14. Last year, the National Science Foundation spent $250,000 studying the reasons why political candidates make vague statements. Maybe next year they can spend some more money studying why our government spends so much money on such vague research. Number 13. Have you ever wondered what happens to all those neon signs when they flicker their last? Well, wonder no more. In 2010, almost $2 million were allocated towards building a neon sign graveyard just outside Las Vegas. Number 12. While America's youth fall behind the rest of the world in terms of education, the government has a solution: advanced technology. Last year, almost $100,000 went toward purchasing iPads for kindergartners in Maine. Number 11. In 2011, upwards of $700,000 was spent studying the greenhouse gas emissions of dairy farms. The conclusion? Cowbirds produce a lot of methane.
In the background, you just hear the people make the world go round.
$500,000 maintaining the office of the former Speaker of the House. In spite of the fact that he's almost never there, this covers his phone bill, cable, and even payments on a leased car. Number 9. In 2010, the government spent nearly $1.5 million renovating 36 toilets in Denali National Park, Alaska. That translates to over $40,000 per toilet. Number 8. In one of the stranger acts of budget allocation history, the federal government set aside $100,000 for a celebrity chef fruit roadshow in Indonesia. After some careful research, we're still not entirely sure what that even means. Number 7. As you've already seen, the government spends a good amount of money doing research, and over the past few years, at least a portion of that has gone towards deserting monkeys as they throw poop at each other. We eagerly anticipate the findings. Number 6. Every year, government agencies spend over $4 million shuttling federal employees on nearly empty buses running along overlapping routes through the streets of Washington, D.C. A recent report found that half of the existing routes could be eliminated with no change in service, but unfortunately, none of the agencies are willing to share. Number 5. In yet another groundbreaking study, the government spent almost $500,000 trying to determine the trustworthiness of tweets. $500,000. Number 4. In 2011, the United States spent nearly $18 million on foreign aid programs to its biggest sovereign lender. This included $2.5 million for social services and $4.4 million to help improve its environment. Number 3. Every year, the government delivers over $120 million worth of benefit checks to deceased federal employees. It's literally sending money to dead people. Which brings us to number 2. Opinions. Although this isn't a budget item, it is an important point. Everyone has one, especially concerning how federal tax dollars should be spent, whether it's monkey poop, pancakes, or toilets. So, as funny as some of these can be, their importance is a matter of opinion, and their slice of the federal debt is absolutely negligible, which leads us to number 1. What do we really spend money on? You'll notice from the chart that almost 75% of the federal budget goes towards Social Security, Medicare, interest payments, and defense. The other quarter gets divided up among the remaining departments of the government. So, at the end of the day, a good chunk of your paycheck is going to 2 things: insurance and guns.
I put all that together to say this to you, my people. If we don't come together, we're going to die apart. There's no such thing as black and white people. We all melanated people, from the darkest melanated person to the lightest, piggish, pink melanated person. But at the end of the day, all flesh, bone, blood people. Until you get the light inside of you to come on and realize who's inside of you for you to create your own reality. It is the light from the original creator. Love unconditionally, the feeling. those of you that believes in God is believing in an entity that man made just for you to fear. There is no God. There is only the Creator. And the Creator stands alone, not in the shadows of that word God. Because when you look at the Bible say, don't say the name in vain, which the Creator has no name. Because the Creator is your feeling. Because without your feeling, you don't exist. Without the feeling, the touch of the light of the original Creator, love unconditionally, the feeling, not the God that most people pray to. That's the God that man made for you to pray to and fear. Because if I can explain to you exactly where God came from in the dark ages. God came from man killing man. Man could not kill man and say love is behind me, which would have been the Creator's first name. Man took what the Creator said about everything that she created was good, is which where God came. Man took the word good and blacked out and enslaved the circle of life, which left you with G-O-D and the darkness of light. Man enslaved the first man to be enslaved, to start slavery with any man. So you have to look at it for what it really is. Man is his own worst enemy. Man is the reason why we are in everything that we're in right now. When you look at, in the beginning, they said that this was Eve's fault. No, Eve is a follower because she is a woman. She is the better part of the man because she is the creator for the man. The man is nothing but a donator to that woman, which is the creator, because the man could walk away as easy as he can. I'm just saying. God is a man-made word for you to fear. Love unconditionally is the creator of all this here. All you gotta do is feel the creator in you. And then you'll be new. Because then you'll know what to do. There is nothing better than the truth. Because the creator is the truth. And once you realize the truth is embedded in you, I'm hoping and praying that you won't do wrong. Because you'll know now. The creator, love unconditionally, the feeling is the creator of it all. The creator stands alone. God stands with many. But there's only one divine light of all created in this. And it's not no God. Because when you look at religion, there's 3,000 religions and counting of everybody serving different gods. Right then should show you that that word God has no power when all the power is in love. Mentally, y'all will get this. I hope sooner than later. Because it's time for us to come together in the truth, love, unconditionally, the feeling with each other. There's nothing better than two. Because I ask you, why do you want to always be first when first can always be shot at? Because two is better than one. First is the separation that man made for you to wanna be number one. When two is gonna always be better than just one. I'm just saying, I'm Mr. Glasses. I died 4 times to know what's right or wrong, to be able to tell you 4 periods of your life from beginning to the ending, to 4 words starting with L, ending with E, that sums your life up from beginning to ending, to just 1 word, 4 letters, that sums it up how we all came to be here. And here we go, and I'm gone. The first period is when your mama missed hers. Doctor showed your mama on the sonogram. This is your baby period. In your life period. And then you died period. And then you dead on a piece of paper, death certificate period. And now here's the 4 words starting with L, ending with E. Life, live, love, leave. Life, live, love, leave. And that 1 word, 4 letters, that sums it up how we all came to be here. L-O-V-E. Life, live, love, leave. L-O-V-E. Life, live, love, leave. L-O-V-E. The original creator is love unconditionally, people. The feeling is in you. Because that's the only truth that you have is your feelings that's in you. This is the touch of the divine light of all that is created. And when you hear me say she, I say she because I've been saying he too damn long. When the creator is neither man nor woman, black nor white. She is the creator, the divine light. So when she said, activate the first sun, that's S-U-N, but the U is a whole circle because it's the first sun. The second sun came from where? Mother Earth. It wasn't a perfect birth because Earth was already tainted with evil. I'm just saying, Jesus, the third son, was created the right way, through the birth canal. Mary, imagine, Mary wasn't just touched by the Creator. Mary birthed the Creator. Because that's what Yeshua is when he came here. He was the Creator in human form to see exactly how it feels to be human here on earth. To those of you who don't believe in what I say simply because I didn't go to no university, I didn't study, I didn't read no books, that's just it. I have a story that no one can give the glory to it coming from, because I give all the glory for the story that I'm telling y'all, because it ain't no story, because it came from love, unconditional, the feeling, the light of all that's created. That's the spark in you. The Creator gives you life and free will to do whatever you will with your life for free. But know that the truth is the Creator that's in you to be a creator yourself. You will be held responsible for your right, for your wrong. Because you can't just go along in life without being chastised for those rights or those wrongs. Or they wouldn't have right and wrong. I'm just saying, I miss the glasses. Like I said again, my motivation to this here is just for you to search for the truth, for you to get the truth, for you to know the truth, because knowing is way better than believing. I know the Creator now. I don't believe anymore. Fear is false evidence appearing real until someone gives you the evidence that is not false, because you're either bleeding from it that makes it real. So life is as real as when it's over, it's not over. It's really just beginning. Because this is just your training stage for your eternal existence. I'm Mr. Glasses. I love all y'all unconditionally, simply because anyone that do any wrong to me, that's just the evil side of them. I pray for them. That's all I can do. To harm them is to make myself like them. When I am them, but different in heart. Because I see everything is in the love that you have for self that the Creator created you to be. But you have to know you 100% in order for you to see that the Creator love unconditionally is a part of you. And I know she is, because you are a part of me. We all connected, baby, because we all come from one atom. Literally one atom. I'm just praying that the rest of y'all in the world come to the grips and see that it's the bullshit with our government and a few people with money that's controlling this shit as fucked up as it's being controlled. But we, people, we make this motherfucker go round. So we, the people, have to put our foot down and let the world know we ain't playing around no motherfucking more. I'm Mr. Glasses.